Were you pretty confident that your team would get back up emotionally after such a hard-fought game against Kansas?
It's that time of year. That's what I told the team right after the Kansas game. There's so late in the season that you can't be battling ups and downs and emotional highs and lows. It's you've played enough games already where you should be able to keep an even keel. And that's kind of the approach we took, and I was real happy with the energy that our guys came out and played with.
What else did you get out of tonight? I mean, you had 6 twin-figure scores, and 5 of those normally aren't.
Got a lot of guys the opportunity to get more minutes than they've been getting lately, which is something that's needed. It's something that needed to take place, and I thought offensively they were in that zone, and they throw different zones at you, matchup zone, 2-3 zone. They never went to the 1-3-1, but I thought we did as good a job as we've done all year as far as making the extra pass, moving the basketball, getting to the areas of the zone that we're looking to attack. And you know, anytime you play a basketball game, you have over 20 assists. I think you did something right. So it's our challenge continues to be our offense. That's not going to change. That's not something that all of a sudden is going to just become perfect. Just because of the youth of our team, and I was happy with what we did there today.
Jamar was in here talking about being a little bit tired, a little bit homesick. Is he kind of fighting through that freshman wall sort of deal?
They all go through it, you know. But here's what freshmen, the experience for a freshman. In high school, you have one good game for every 4 or 5 you play. Practices are not as competitive because you're so much better than the majority of the guys on your team. Then you get to college, and then the pressures of having to practice at a high level every day, the demands that are being put on you are greater than you've ever really dealt with before. Then every time you line up and play in a game, the guy across from you is trying to rip your head off, and especially in the Big 12. And this time of year, those young kids, it's that pressure to have to perform at a high level every time out is a learning experience. It's something that's new, and you know, he's kind of battling a little bit. But you know, yesterday he had his best practice in probably since before the Missouri game, and it's no surprise he came out and played with great energy today. Something that he needs to do to help us win.
What has to happen? Bucci Awaji goes 5 for 7, 12 points tonight. How close is he to being a regular reserve for you, and how important is that during this long stretch, I mean, heading into March?
I'm trying to think how to answer that question without saying something I don't need to be saying, but we're deep in the season right now. The rotations are pretty much in place. The guys who are going to play or not going to play, all those things have been defined by now. Roles have been defined by now. We got an opportunity today because obviously we were minus a person on the perimeter. It's to his credit that after not playing in whatever it's been, 4 or 5 games, whatever it's been, that he went out there and made some shots to facilitate us offensively today. That's up to him. I play guys that deserve to play. I don't play guys that look good. I don't play guys that I like. I put the guys on the floor that deserve to play. That's what I do. Always have and always will.
What needs to happen for you guys to find success down the stretch here in these last games?
Same thing that's happened for the last 6 weeks. Play hard, play together, defend, rebound, pass the basketball, make shots. You know,
Is there one most important thing though, man?
What let us down against Kansas, 2 things let us down against Kansas: our defensive transition and defensive rebound. We take care of those 2 things, we win the game. But we were average at best on both, so we didn't win. So those are 2 things that are very important to what we do. Defensive transition has to be there. We've been pretty good for a while, and then against Kansas, it kind of let us down a little bit. And then defensive rebounding is something that, like you've heard me say before, it's been a concern of mine all year, and against Kansas, it let us down. So just something that we got to keep tweaking and fighting and making sure that we do well.
Darren around, Coach?
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He just got whacked in the head.
Frank, do you talk to the guys the importance of this stretch run as far as postseason play?
I talked to the guys about the importance of preparing to beat Iowa State. It's the next game on the schedule. We start worrying about what's going to take place in March, we're going to forget what's going to take place this coming Saturday. Whatever game we play following week has very little meaning if you don't win the next game on the schedule, if you don't prepare the proper way for the next game on the schedule. You win the games that are on your schedule, you take them one at a time. If you do that, then you can worry about the postseason when it gets here.
Is it hard to convince young guys of that?
I'm stubborn, so I'm going to beat them upside their head till they understand what the message that we're sending as coaches. I'm sure they talk to other people, and they go on the internet, they read what you write, and they read what other people write, and they're human beings. But at the end of the day, it's my job to focus on what's important. That's my duty. It's something that I work real hard at trying to do.